Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to our channel once again. Yesterday, Raila Amolo Odinga left the country on what he described as brief mission. Raila Odinga was accompanied by close allies, Junet Mohammed and Ali Hassan Joho. In this video, I want us to figure out Raila Odinga's mission abroad. This is what Raila Odinga posted on his official Twitter handle. Last night at JKIA, we met with World Bank President Ajay Banga on the prospect and the projections for Africa's growth. We were on our way out of Nairobi for a brief mission abroad and will be back in the course of the week. Junet Mohammed. He actually attached Junet Mohammed. I know most of you are wondering why Joho is not in the picture. The truth of the matter is that Joho went ahead of them. And because in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, I want us to figure out Raila Odinga's mission abroad. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Raila Odinga yesterday left the country, and in his own words, Raila Odinga is saying they left the country for a brief mission. But we all know that Raila Odinga is a politician, and we all know that the fact that Raila Odinga was accompanied by Junet Mohammed and Ali Hassan Joho is significant politically speaking. What do you think Raila Odinga went to do out of the country? That is the question I want us to answer on this video. Number one, in my view, Raila Odinga's global diplomacy. You see, Raila Odinga is gunning for the position of the chairperson of the African Union Commission. So far, two candidates have emerged. There is the candidate from Somali, a lady, and another candidate from Djibouti. Those two candidates are Muslims. So which means the only threat Raila Odinga is currently facing in his bid of becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission is the Muslim vote. And that can explain why in this mission, Raila Odinga chose to pick Junet Mohammed, who is a Muslim, and Ali Hassan Joho, who is a Muslim. I want to assume that their mission is actually targeted at winning some of the Muslim states. That is coming out very clearly. Otherwise, Raila Odinga would have been accompanied by some other individuals. So for me, because these two gentlemen are his close allies, and the mission probably is delicate, he decided to go with them. So in my view, Raila Odinga is targeting the Muslim votes by accompanying himself by the two individuals. The truth is, any president would go and check Raila Odinga, Joho, and Junet Mohammed, and they'll agree that those are his close allies, and indeed they are Muslims. Number two, the bid of becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission is capital intensive. It's very expensive. Although the government of Kenya has agreed to finance Raila Odinga's campaign, Raila Odinga is a politician. He cannot bank on the support of the government alone. If it comes, the better. But what if the government will frustrate him? In my view, Raila Odinga went with Ali Hassan Joho and Junet Mohammed to raise money for his bid. Maybe to visit, those tycoons, those billionaires, the Arab billionaires, those billionaires. In fact, during the last election, most people don't know, Hassan Joho played a critical role in raising funds for Raila Odinga's campaign. Junet Mohammed has always been at the center of resource mobilization for Raila Amolo Odinga. Maybe the question is, why would Raila Odinga then leave out, for example, the representative from the government? I think he's doing that because he doesn't want to take chance. Sometimes it reaches a point when you have to go with your loyal soldiers. So I don't want to rule out the possibility that Joho, with his links with the Arabs, and Arabs with the finance, and of course also trying to convince the Muslim nations to vote for Raila, it's about the finance, raising money for that campaign. Number 3 is ODM politics. If you see Junet Mohammed around Raila Odinga, you see Ali Hassan Joho around Raila Odinga, you cannot divorce, you cannot separate ODM politics from the 3. You cannot. But the question is, what are they discussing as far as ODM politics is concerned? What are they discussing? Maybe we'll get to know the answer to that. But I don't want to rule out the possibility that Junet and Raila went out of the country, and then we need to figure out who else, because they are not only the 2. Who else? You never know. You never know. Maybe even William Ruto's representative are meeting him there. The future of ODM. If Raila Odinga will not be on the ballot, which political formation will they support? Kalonzo Musyoka, or will they support William Ruto? So I'm 100% certain that probably there's also another team that has gone with Raila Odinga, but they're not in the picture because they're strategists. So they'll sit down and agree that, okay, Baba, you will be going out. What next for ODM party? Do we run for the presidency again? And if you are to run for the presidency, what is the strategy? And who is going to take charge of ODM party? Because Raila Odinga has already made it very clear that in his absence, Hassan Joho and Oparanya are going to take charge. But is that enough? Because ODM, is a very big political party. Number 4, I also don't want to rule out the possibility that Raila Odinga is actually going to meet with his team, the strategic team, which is in charge of his campaigns for becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission. For Raila Odinga to succeed in his bid of becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission, it's not about local politics. It's not about, let's say, Professor Makau Mutoa, Ambassador Dembo, which other ambassador meeting to campaign for Raila. They can't. Which means Raila Odinga must be having or is contemplating creating a team consisting of Africans from all parts of the continent, probably renowned Africans. So he's going to meet them to lay campaign strategy. How am I going to win? Who will be critical? Who should we meet? When you want a coerced vote, how should we approach it? What about the threat of the Muslim? What about the BRICS and American politics? How are we going to navigate? So I'm convinced 100% that the trip is about the African Union Commission, his global diplomacy, and it's also about raising the money, and of course it's also about meeting with the strategists, crafting a winning strategy. And of course, number 5, I don't want to rule out also the possibility of Raila Odinga trying to send a coded message to ODM supporters that Ali Hassan Joho and Junet Mohammed are still critical cog in my politics. Remember, ODM party is supposed to go for an election. Joho wants to be the deputy party leader. Oparanya wants to be Joho wants to be ODM party leader. Oparanya wants to be ODM party leader. There are also others. Junet also is keen on serving the party in a national position. Currently is the director of elections. But you see, after the last election, everybody is wrongly accusing Junet Mohammed of messing up the elections. So Raila Odinga is not telling them that, no, these are my people, these are my guys. I can tell you that's how political communications operate. Once Raila signals that, everything will start aligning. And lastly, I also don't want to rule out the possibility that Raila Odinga probably went to rest, and of course also for medical grounds. Remember, Raila Odinga has some back pain, which normally you're carrying. So all the times I'm talking about this because Raila Odinga has been talking about his health. He's not a private person. He's not one of the guys we know who goes to Dubai to kuosha damu then anarudi. Raila Odinga is always making it very clear that for me, I have this problem. I'm going to treat it. You remember the almost at the peak of the campaign when he stayed in Dubai and he was briefing Kenyans on his status. So I don't want to rule out the possibility that probably Raila Odinga decided to go and take a rest, because even at that time, for those who followed closely, he went with he went with Junet, and I think Joho also joined him. So I don't also want to rule out the possibility that Raila Odinga went outside there on health-related issues to address, because at his age, the campaign is going to be grueling. Traveling across Africa would require him to be in good state of health. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.